Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Should You Play. This is a series where I'm going to talk about all of the latest Roblox games releasing. We're going to talk about if the game is any fun and what I would grade this along the way. I've been doing this for a lot, and a long time of ages. What? Anyways, today we got Slime Seas in the building, and we're going to be talking about it a little bit here and there. This is the same group and the same people that brought you Slime Slaying Online. I know these guys. I actually had a cooperation with them once. I don't know, they just gave me a little bit of in-game stuff, and I was making videos for them. Now, I think they are a great group. They're a great group. I enjoyed Slime Slaying Online. I made some quite a few beginner's guides and stuff and so on. Very detailed, and this is a group of people that really know what they're doing. And now with Slime Seas, I started leveling for about 134 to level 134, and over the course of time, I just realized that something is missing here in this game. First of all, I just logged in, and the frame drops. I don't know if you can see it well, but it's really bad. It's really bad. Now, sometimes that could be due to, like hackers, scripters, or something being on the server trying to exploit. That kind of usually could potentially take down the thingamybobs. But I can see that if I'm already having issues like that, getting on the server, it doesn't feel fluid. It doesn't feel good right now. It feels very slow, and it does I wouldn't be playing it like that. For me, I mean, even the recording software, it looks a little bit better, but for me personally, it's like in images. So I'm gonna go and see if we can get on a private server right now. I don't know if a private server costs 300 Robux. That is definitely a downside. This is not good, man. And I noticed after leveling like 134 levels, I'm pretty sure that it can go on for much further. As you can see, somebody's level 500 here. I personally myself think that there's something missing, man. I don't know. I haven't been... So I leveled this like 2-3 days ago, right? And I haven't gotten back into it just because... Don't know, something's missing, and that's the thing. So I think the overall combat is okay. It doesn't really strike me as like wowzers. It doesn't really throw me out of my boots and knock me out, but it's also not horrible. Now, if we wouldn't have had these frame drops, which are significant right now, I have no idea. So I can tell you when I actually played the game. Wait, I'm gonna just try to relog and try hopefully get onto a different server or something. When I played the 2-3 days ago, that definitely wasn't the case. My cat is terrorizing now right now. You annoying little... yeah, so let's see if we... Oh, look at... I don't know if you can see it, but it's... Well, no, that's better. Okay, so I think there was an exploiter on the server. Can you see the difference? Do you see the difference right now? Alright, Cat wants to make a cameo. Hello there, sir. How are you? Do you want to say something to the audience? Don't know. Alright, get down there. Woo! Yeah, it feels different now. Okay, that's much better. Okay, I don't know what that was. And it seems to be... This is weird because it's the same server. It seems like I can see the same people online. It feels better though. I don't know what changed now. Maybe Roblox acting up. I have no idea. Anyways, so the leveling journey up until 100 was cool. There's PvP in this game, which is quite fun. There was this guy that thought it was fun to just go around. Oh, that was the wrong one. That thought it was fun to just go around and just like attack people constantly. And I'm like, come on, man. And I knew that he was on mobile, so I started yeeting him, man. I was going crazy. I was destroying that poor soul until he left, and I was like, that felt good. I love that. I love doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah, the PvP is fun, man. PvP is good. You don't get immediately one-shotted, but you die pretty fast. At least at the stage at where I was at, you die pretty fast. And it seems like that level 500 here is the max as state of now. But after 100 levels, I just noticed, I'm like, something, I mean, I don't know. I didn't rejoin. And that usually gives me, or is like that I should, I don't know, there's something missing. There was something missing. Maybe the combat becomes too repetitive at a level 134. And I still think you still level pretty fast. So there's 2 swords at state of now that you can kind of like choose from, at least to the stage where I was at. Let's take a look at the EXP bar. I mean, you still get a lot of EXP, so leveling is not too hard, but it just becomes very repetitive. Now, the game does have bosses. The game has a little bit of a small mastery system, as you can see down here. Katana Mastery 4, you can unlock your next skills and stuff like that. On the R move, you have like quick slots where you can like edit things and like put things in there. I don't know, I haven't messed with that yet. Whoa. The mobs are very linear. They just mostly do the same. They start hitting you, slapping you, and you just gotta like dodge the first attack or something like that. Once you level up, you actually also get your full health. I like that part as well. There is something called stats in here, and for me personally, I gotta tell you honestly, you don't need any of the other ones as state of now, as where I was at. There was something called the races, where you can change your race to like Dragonborn, Shadowborn, and stuff and so on, which I think is a very nice addition to the game. It works very well, it looks very good, it gives you that. I think you can only unlock it with codes or in-game money, with real-life money, like Robux. Otherwise, I haven't found any other way of re-rolling your class, but overall, I think the system is pretty cool. It was implemented quite well. If we go through the shop, most of it is just cosmetics. So as you can see here, these are like the aura chests that they have. They have a beta aura chest. They have a weekly shop. This stuff is all cosmetic, and I think the shop is by far one of the best shops that I have seen in a game. It's a really good shop because you can also earn gems, I think, inside of the game or with codes. I'm not entirely sure, but this is where you can also buy everything in the shop, even the game passes, with an in-game currency called gems. I don't know how to get the gems yet because I have 0 gems. Maybe you can get them with codes. Maybe you can get them in the game. I haven't seen it yet, but I assume you can get them in the game somewhat. Maybe something end-game-ish where you can like battle bosses, but I can't confirm. But the thing is, though, if that wouldn't have been, a thing, then they could just put everything behind Roblox, right? They could just put the Roblox at my nose is running right now. I am in trouble. Hold on. Yeah. They wouldn't have to like put this through gems first, and then you can buy. I think you can get it somewhat in the game, maybe with like guild wars. And by the way, that brings me to the next topic. You do have guilds in this game, which is a game that actually, I mean, it has PvP in it, and I think that's a cool idea. Another cool twist to a game. I think starting off a game with a guild system is pretty strong. You know, I think the only thing that, for me personally, because on the technical side point, everything seems to be good. Everything seems to be stable. Everything seems to be very, very well placed. The only thing that I have my troubles with that didn't really get me back is just the gameplay loop itself. It's just the combat itself, because it is so simple. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it gives me much. And I don't know, maybe it's just also because you only have like 2 swords that you can, or 2 weapons that you can choose from. It's either the katana or the longsword, and that's about it. There's no variety to it. There's no build variety and stuff. And I think before releasing anything like a dungeon update or something, they should implement much more weapon styles, a staff maybe. Let us, they could actually bring in some stats from magic ability like mana and stuff, and maybe a bigger skill tree that could make us work on different stats and stuff. That would actually become really interesting later on if we have things like over there. You see, I mean, this is also already, I think, implemented, which is the battle arena. If the game will focus eventually on well, that battle arena ain't there yet, but I guess soon, or at one point. Yeah, once they implement that kind of stuff, I think that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. On the other side, my PvP was constantly enabled. I tried to disable it. I couldn't find where. That might also be a game flaw or something. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, because sometimes you just get killed over and over again. Now, I was lucky and I was destroying my opponent, but in general, you know, this is kind of annoying. They should actually have the a possibility or the option to turn that off. I'm trying to find the option right now. Also, that there's this quest tab that I'm gonna quickly show you. You can see it's like nothing in there. Like, there's no achievements, you can't click really much. It seems to be like a placeholder. It feels like in some points, the game has, released quite interestingly, and there's already a few things to do. But there's also a lot missing. There's a lot missing, and that's what I noticed as well while getting to my 136 levels. Now, you might actually sit there and go like, okay, dude, you haven't even cracked the iceberg yet. You haven't really. You have to play on and play on. But if I start sitting here and I'm starting to play, and then I just don't return to it, that I have to just give this a downside to it. And it's difficult to identify it with this one, because technically, on paper, I do enjoy these kind of games, but it just feels that maybe it's the combat that I totally don't really vibe with that much, the skills, because there's just something missing for me, and I can't tell you what it is. It might actually be the combat. It seems a bit stale. It seems a bit linear. It doesn't really go anywhere. That's what it feels like, and it's a little too repetitive. I think I'm not getting rewarded for the work that you put in, so to speak, for farming this. I feel like I don't get enough reward out of this whole thing. Now, you do have boss fights and stuff, and I think those are actually quite fun, because you can actually on RNG get some specific items. They are locked behind an RNG wall, so that is really, really cool. I think that is something that they should put more focus to, actually, to be honest. Like, specific rare boss fights could go a long way in this game. Bosses that spawn at specific times at specific places, which is really nice. There's something that I also wanted to check out with you here in just a second once I've taken out this slime. I don't know, the katana skills, they just don't... I like to have a katana, I like to play with the katana. I don't know. It just doesn't... It's like, you know? Oh my Buddha. Alright, yeah, but that was my fault. I should have gone out of thingamybobs. Alright, so let's go into the teleportation, and we're gonna go into the hub island, and that's another weird thing. I've been to the hub island, and I can't teleport there now. I don't know why. Oh wait, now it works. Huh? Wait, did I... What? Okay, that was weird. Anyways, hub island seems to be empty, quite like always. There's nothing much you can do here. I mean, oh wait, let's speak in Roonies. Want to learn the skills to become a berserker. That was another downside, sadly. I saw that in the beginner in the starter island, and I was like, oh damn, that's nice, that's cool. And then you're like, yeah, I would like to learn a berserker. At this point, it would be nice if they would have just started a quest line, you know? Do a quest line, kill these, kill those, kill this boss, go back, maybe grind some of these items, come back to me, and then you'll learn the skill berserker. But instead, you click on it, you're like, yes, and there you go. A money offer. Damn. There was a lot of potential. I think what's missing in this game, because that's what would be perfect, is a full-on storyline and a quest system where you go like, all right, hey, go to this island, because and also change this teleportation thing to every single island that you can teleport to, that you have visited, because these islands, right? These islands all have different reasons why you should be on them. Some of them have, hey, you can craft this over here. Some of them has a boss. Some of them has maybe some other items that you are looking at and looking for, because when you're going and when you want to craft yourself some gear that you find around the specific islands, you have to jump in front to between islands. One of them says, okay, go to the next island, and there you're gonna get this crafting material, and then you can come back over here. The core idea of that is really good, but not like that. You know, change the teleporter to every single island that you have visited, so you can jump in between those. That makes so much more sense, instead of just having this, and add a quest line to it, you know? Do this, do that for me, you get this, you get that. Maybe add some magic abilities, go there and there and there and there. A little bit like Blocks Fruits, because this is supposed to be a seas game, right? Like Blocks Fruits and Sailor Peace and stuff like that. This is supposed to be a sea game, but sadly on the end, for me, it feels like that this game is it got released too soon. it just got released too soon. I think the game is really good at blending you with stuff and like throwing things at you. It's like, hey, look, we have this, we have that, and look at this, and over there we have this. But in the end, it feels like it actually has nothing. And that is, I think, the reason why I didn't come back, because I thought and asked myself, why should I? Why should I come back just to level to 500? But why? What is it gonna give me, and what do I gain out of this? And I think that is the reason that Slime Seas currently has. Now, does it have potential? Massively. It has massive potential, okay? I at least that's what I think. It has massive potential, but the problem with this game is I think these games, they need a lot of time to update, because implementing something new in these Seas or RPG type of games is always extremely, extremely difficult. So I think the game might actually lose momentum, and it's gonna linger around a few hundred players in the end. Now, I myself like these guys. I like Slime Slaying Online. I think that they should continue, but they need to be fast, and they need to focus on things that really matter. Right now, I don't know if a dungeon update is exactly what the game needs, but that is just my personal opinion. Where do I grade this? Where do I rank this game if you should play it? Now, as state of now, I'm gonna give it a 6.8 to a 7.1, somewhere along those realms. It is definitely better than average. It's very, very nice to see these type of games pop up on Roblox instead of a stupid brain rot game. But I feel like it's not finished. I think there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be changed and done. If they should achieve that, if they should be doing those things, then I think this game could be an all-time great in the future. State of now, I think it's better than average, but it's also nothing that blew me away. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.